Here's a weather impact alert update for you here tonight. It's just after 8 o'clock. I'm Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell. We have been tracking things along this evening here, watching the skies off to our west for sure for the potential of some stronger storms. We are starting to see some showers and thunderstorms come into the metro St. Louis area right now, and that includes out into St. Charles. Also, you can see the flashes of lightning off in the distance here as we look from the Chesterfield camera, looking back towards the west. Thunderstorms are actually increasing to our west. So far, small hail has been about all we have seen. Now, there is a tornado watch. It was issued a little earlier this evening for Pike County, Lincoln County, Warren, Franklin, Gasconade, Crawford, and Phelps counties, and then points on to the west, set to run through midnight. Here is the radar. Again, we're just after 8 o'clock. We've had a smattering of showers try to bubble up, and potentially some rumbles of thunder here with that cell that went up just north of Alton. But it's really looking back here to the west, we're starting to see that action perk up a little bit towards Dardenne Prairie, out towards Wentzville, and then the sky really becoming illuminated here from Innsbrook down through New Haven to Washington to Union, out towards Gerald to Rosebud, down 44. This is a pretty good cluster of thunderstorms here coming on up, and I'm pretty sure as we go down into southwestern portions of Franklin County, in that Japan area, Strain area, you're looking at some of that, at least I would think some dime-size hail, peas to dimes in here. Look at all that cloud-to-ground lightning. It is a tremendous light show down to the southwest of us. In fact, just here in the last few minutes, it's telling us 615 lightning strikes in the last 15 minutes in this shot. Now, that includes that cluster there in Gasconade County and Franklin County, and also these storms that are down here towards Fort Leonard Wood, up towards Lake of the Ozarks right now. The other thing we're watching is, notice the green shading here. Those are flash flood warnings. The thunderstorms are going over some of the same spots. Now, these areas have had a lot more rain than what we've seen in the metro area. So while flash flooding isn't top of mind at the moment, if we start to see that same sort of thing where the storms keep rolling in the same spots, then it's going to become a concern. But now until midnight, really we may see an isolated spin-up tornado to the west. We're thinking 40 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts and maybe some hail. Hail up to the size perhaps of quarters. I don't think we're going to go much higher than that based on what we see from the instability that is, or in this case isn't, available tonight. But if you're going to be out this evening, just make sure you're staying up to date on what's going on. Keep streaming that radar, keep checking in on it. You see the whole area out to our west here really flaring up, and it's not just what we're seeing southwest of St. Louis. It goes down into Oklahoma. These are some pretty good sized storms here down towards the Red River Valley and into Oklahoma. Now, they'll stay to our south, and they may actually end up stealing some of the moisture from some of these storms that are right along the Oklahoma-Kansas state line and right along the state line going from Kansas into Missouri. That tornado watch to the west and to the southwest of St. Louis, severe thunderstorm watch up in northern Illinois. It is a pretty intense line of storms here, for sure. But we haven't had a tremendous amount of warnings here in the last hour or two. And outside of that storm coming into Franklin County, into the metro area, I think we're going to see the storms generally behave themselves. We might get one or two warnings. We'll have to watch this storm down towards St. Clair, especially now that it does look like it may have a little bit of, kind of some hail in here, and maybe it's trying to do a little twist. So we'll keep that in mind. These are the storms. So far, when we've been looking at it in the radar, again, we're a few minutes after 8 o'clock, we've seen about 40 to 50 miles per hour winds off the surface. This storm bowing out here a little bit more. So as that approaches the Rolla area, you may end up with a warning there before all is said and done. This will be progressing across the area. It's moving in now. So 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, this all slides through. Now, by the time it gets into the metro east between 10 and midnight and on farther east, it looks like it's diminishing in intensity. And then the only concern will be is if we have any of those thunderstorms training or repeating over the same locations. If that happens, which this model does not show, then we would be talking about the potential for flash flooding going up. So that's something we'll watch certainly and keep ourselves up to speed on. After we get this done, tomorrow morning clouds break out. We're at 82 for the high tomorrow afternoon after starting out in the low 60s. A really warm day here as we go into Friday. And that should lead us into some more storms that end up percolating our way for Friday night. Exactly what that ends up doing for us remains to be seen, and whether it'll be severe, but we'll definitely be monitoring that as time goes on. So that's the very latest we have for you. Just wanted to get you a quick update here as we're watching those storms coming in. And again, we kind of look out there in the Chesterfield Valley, and the skies have been rather lit up here lately with some lightning off to the west and southwest of St. Louis from those storms in Franklin County as they are moving into the metro area, and you see that there. So it's going to get noisy. I don't think we're going to get a lot of severe weather, but the storms are definitely going to grab your attention as they do have quite a bit of lightning with them.